Airlines desperately hope you'll never discover these 7 hidden perks that could save you hundreds every time you fly. If you're 65 or older, you have access to completely free airport benefits that most senior travelers never even know exist. Hit that subscribe button right now because what I'm about to reveal will transform how you travel forever. I'm about to expose the secret perks that airlines deliberately keep quiet because every free service they provide cuts directly into their profit margins. They're banking on you paying full price while remaining completely unaware of your special privileges. Today, you'll learn exactly which phrases unlock these benefits, who to approach, and the insider strategies that guarantee results. But here's where it gets interesting. The most valuable perk on this list is something even frequent flyers don't know about, and I'm saving it for the very end. Trust me, you won't want to miss number 1. Let's start with perk number 7, free wheelchair assistance, even when you don't actually need a wheelchair. This is the service airlines absolutely don't want you to discover. Why? Because every wheelchair request forces them to allocate staff, coordinate special logistics, and prioritize your entire airport experience. Here's what they're not telling you. Wheelchair assistance isn't limited to passengers who cannot walk. If you're 65 or older and experience any mobility challenges, whether that's tired legs, heavy luggage, long terminal distances, or simply wanting to avoid airport crowds, you automatically qualify for this completely free service. The beauty of this system is that it's federally regulated. Airlines cannot deny your request. When booking your flight, simply request wheelchair assistance through their website or by phone. You can even specify ambulatory assistance, which means you can walk but need help with distances or carrying items. This single request unlocks an entirely different airport experience. You'll receive personal escort service through security checkpoints, often using expedited lines that bypass the standard crowds. You get priority boarding ahead of first-class passengers, direct transportation to your departure gate, assistance with carry-on luggage, and help getting to your assigned seat. My neighbor Dorothy discovered this perk by accident last year when she injured her ankle before a trip to visit her grandchildren. She was amazed at how smoothly everything went and now requests wheelchair assistance on every flight, even though her ankle healed months ago. The insider secret that most people miss? You can request this assistance for just one direction of your journey, planning a vacation where you'll feel energetic for the return flight. Only request outbound assistance. The choice is entirely yours. But that's just the beginning. Wait until you discover what the TSA doesn't advertise about passengers over 75. Quick travel hack for you, and honestly, this one saves me so much time and stress. If you're planning any trip, skip the hassle. Expedia's travel helper does it all. Flights and hotels to tracking prices and alerting you when fares drop, so you always get the best deal. It also finds senior-friendly options, flexible change policies, and bundled discounts that other sites simply don't show you. So here's what you do. Before your next trip, use the Expedia link below this video. Trust me, once you've tried it, you'll never plan another trip any other way. All right, let's get back to it. Number 6 will shock you. There's a TSA security exception for seniors that requires zero paperwork, no background checks, and no application fees. If you're 75 or older, you automatically receive modified security screening without ever applying for TSA pre-check. The Transportation Security Administration keeps this remarkably quiet because they know it would create confusion if widely publicized. Here's exactly how it works. Passengers 75 and up can keep their shoes and lightweight jackets on during the screening process. While you might still pass through standard metal detectors, you receive many pre-check style conveniences without any of the bureaucratic hassle. But there's an additional benefit they rarely mention. When security lines are particularly long and you're 75 or older, politely inform a TSA officer about your age. They frequently have discretionary authority to direct you towards shorter lines or provide extra assistance with the screening process. The psychology behind this policy makes perfect sense. TSA recognizes that senior travelers represent lower security risks and typically move more slowly through standard screening procedures. Streamlining the process actually improves efficiency for everyone involved. They simply avoid publicizing it because passengers would attempt to falsify their ages. Perk number 5 involves hidden senior discounts that airlines have buried deeper than treasure. Major carriers absolutely offer senior discounts, but they've intentionally made them nearly impossible to find online. Why this deception? Because they strongly prefer you pay full price and only provide discounts when directly confronted about their existence. American Airlines offers 10% off select fares for passengers 65 and older, but you must call their dedicated senior desk directly. Their online booking system will never display these reduced prices. United Airlines provides senior discounts on specific routes, but these rates aren't published anywhere on their website. You must call and explicitly ask about senior fare options. The phone conversation hack that works every time? Don't simply ask whether they have senior discounts. Instead, say this exact phrase: "I'd like to book a senior fare for a passenger 65 and older." This specific language triggers their reservation system to automatically check for unpublished rates that regular searches never reveal. However, there's something even more valuable than flight discounts. Perk number 4 gives you priority boarding rights that you never knew existed. Airlines have quietly implemented senior priority boarding policies, but they avoid announcing them because longer priority lines would irritate their premium passengers who pay extra fees for early boarding privileges. Most major airlines allow passengers with mobility needs, including seniors who find the boarding process stressful or physically challenging, to request priority boarding assistance at the gate. You don't need medical documentation or official paperwork. Simply mention at check-in or directly to gate agents that you need additional time boarding due to age-related mobility concerns. The magic phrase that opens doors? "I'd like to request pre-boarding assistance due to mobility needs." Avoid claiming you need a wheelchair unless that's actually true. Just mention mobility assistance requirements. This approach typically gets you on the aircraft right after families with small children, well before general boarding begins. But here's the insider strategy that maximizes your benefits. Combine this priority boarding with our next perk for incredible results. Last month, my friend Robert was surprised when the gate agent offered him priority boarding without him even asking. He mentioned he was 68 and traveling alone, and they immediately invited him to board early. He had no idea this was even possible. Perk number 3 reveals how to secure free seat upgrades when you understand the correct approach. Airlines train their staff to automatically respond that flights are completely full whenever passengers ask about upgrades. However, senior travelers possess special leverage that most people never think to use. During check-in, mention if you experience any discomfort sitting in standard economy seats due to age-related issues. This might include longer legs requiring stretching room, back support concerns, or needing aisle access for easier bathroom visits. Don't exaggerate your needs. Just be completely honest about legitimate comfort requirements. Gate agents have significant discretionary power to relocate seniors to seats with extra legroom, aisle positions for easier access, or even premium economy sections when available. This works especially well if you've already checked in for wheelchair assistance or priority boarding because it demonstrates consistent needs. The key principle is asking politely while mentioning comfort rather than demanding upgrades. The psychological advantage here is crucial. Gate agents deal with demanding, entitled passengers throughout their entire workday. A polite senior mentioning reasonable comfort concerns often receives accommodation because you're being sensible rather than aggressive. Here's where things get even more interesting. Perk number 2 exposes a baggage fee loophole that airlines desperately hope you'll never discover. Airlines generate billions of dollars annually from baggage fees, but seniors have multiple methods to avoid these charges that most travelers never learn about. Military veterans who are also seniors can often get baggage fees waived entirely on most airlines. You need to add your veteran status to your frequent flyer profile or mention it when making reservations. Medical equipment flies free regardless of your regular baggage allowance, and the definition of medical equipment is broader than most people realize. CPAP machines, medication cooling containers, and mobility aids are obvious examples, but the category extends much further. Some airlines extend senior companion benefits that include free baggage for your travel partner, even when they haven't reached senior age themselves. The insider secret that saves money? If you're traveling with medical supplies, prescription medications requiring temperature control, or any health-related items, mention this when checking baggage. Many airlines waive fees for medical necessity items without requiring extensive documentation. But there's one final perk that's absolutely game-changing. And this is the benefit airlines guard most jealously. Are you ready for the #1 perk that could revolutionize your travel experience? Perk #1 is airport lounge access, even when flying in economy class. This is the benefit airlines protect most fiercely because lounge access represents their premium service tier. However, senior travelers often qualify for complimentary lounge access through methods that have nothing to do with ticket class or expensive credit cards. Medical accommodation represents your strongest approach. If you need a quiet space to rest, take medications, or manage health conditions, many airport lounges provide complimentary access for seniors with medical requirements. You simply need to explain your situation to lounge staff members. Flight delays create another opportunity. Senior passengers affected by delays or cancellations frequently receive lounge vouchers, meal vouchers, or accommodation assistance before other travelers, especially when you mention mobility or medical considerations. Here's a story that proves this works. Margaret, a 72-year-old grandmother, was stuck during a 4-hour delay in Denver last winter. When she mentioned to the airline representative that she needed somewhere quiet to take her medication and rest her back, they immediately provided lounge access at no charge. Hidden military veteran benefits represent another angle. Senior veterans often qualify for free lounge access through programs they don't even realize exist. Check with airline customer service about veteran benefits beyond baggage fee waivers. The key phrase that unlocks these opportunities: I'm a senior traveler with medical considerations, and I'm wondering about accommodation options during my layover. Notice that you're not demanding access, you're asking about available options. You'll be amazed how often they discover solutions. Remember the critical principle throughout all of these strategies. Don't be demanding or aggressive. Be informative and specific. This single sentence opens doors to multiple benefits. Hi, I'm 65 and traveling today. I wanted to check what accommodations might be available for senior passengers with mobility considerations. The magic lies in being specific about your age while mentioning accommodations and considerations rather than demanding particular perks. Airline staff deal with entitled passengers constantly. Seniors who remain polite, specific, and informed receive significantly better treatment than those who complain or make demands. Your action plan for implementing these strategies starts before your next flight. When booking, request wheelchair assistance if you have any mobility concerns whatsoever. 24 hours before departure, call the airline directly to inquire about senior fares and available accommodations. During check-in, mention your age and ask about senior accommodations. At the gate, politely request priority boarding if needed. If delays occur, ask about senior passenger accommodation options. Don't attempt claiming perks you don't actually need, but absolutely claim every benefit that improves your travel experience. These services exist specifically for senior travelers. Airlines simply hope you won't think to ask. However, there's someone who learned this lesson the hard way. Frank, a 69-year-old retiree, recently told me he paid $200 in baggage fees and struggled through a difficult boarding process, only to discover afterward that he could have avoided both problems by simply mentioning his age and asking about senior accommodations. Which of these perks surprised you most? Have you successfully used senior travel benefits before? Or have airlines given you the runaround when you tried? Share your experiences in the comments below. Your stories help other senior travelers understand what to expect. If this video revealed benefits you didn't know existed, hit that like button to help more senior travelers discover these insider secrets. Subscribe for more travel strategies that airlines don't want you to know about, and I'll see you in the next video with even more ways to travel smarter and save money. Safe travels, everyone.